Archaeologists found a hidden city under the pyramids, 2 kilometers deep. Hold up. You've seen the headlines. Massive ancient city discovered beneath Giza. Staircases, tunnels, and chambers buried deep below the Sphinx. But is any of it real? Or is this just another viral misfire in the endless saga of pseudoscience? Let's dig in. Because this isn't just about the pyramids, it's about how easy it is to get fooled by tetchy-sounding nonsense. So, where did this claim come from? In early 2024, a team of independent researchers from Italy and Scotland announced they'd found what appeared to be a vast, multi-level subterranean complex beneath the Giza Plateau. Their data came from synthetic aperture radar (SAR), a tech often used from satellites or drones to detect underground anomalies. The claim, a city-sized layout buried beneath the Khafre and Menkaure pyramids, featuring spiral staircases, tunnels, and chambers. Located 2,000 feet over 600 meters below the surface, social media exploded. And why wouldn't it? It sounds like Atlantis meets Indiana Jones. But let's pump the brakes. Here's what the original study actually says. It was not peer-reviewed. The data wasn't collected by field archaeologists. The SAR scans weren't designed for penetrating 600 meters of rock. And crucially, SAR doesn't work the way these articles imply. SAR can detect surface features and minor subsurface anomalies, but only to shallow depths, usually a few meters at best, especially through dense stone or sand. Multiple geophysicists and Egyptologists, including Dr. Zahi Hawass, who literally ran excavations on the Giza Plateau, called it fantasy. His quote, "There are no hidden cities under the pyramids. These claims are not supported by evidence." Egyptian Supreme Council of Antiquities, 2024. Let's talk tech. SAR does not equal X-ray vision. SAR works by bouncing radar waves off the ground from drones or satellites. It detects changes in surface texture, moisture, or material density. The maximum penetration for SAR through dry, compact limestone is under 10 meters and usually far less. Claiming it mapped a spiral staircase to kilometers down is like saying Google Maps found Atlantis on Street View. No peer-reviewed archaeologist has confirmed these structures exist. No excavations have been done. No physical evidence has surfaced, just a highly speculative data map from long-distance radar readings. So, what's really under the Giza Plateau? Plenty of things. Shafts, tombs, and quarry tunnels from the Old Kingdom period. Worker villages, tools, and storage pits that helped build the pyramids. A few underground chambers, yes, but most are well documented and only 10 to 30 meters deep. The idea that there's an entire city 2,000 feet down with spiral stairs, unentered and excavated and unseen by the hundreds of experts who've worked this site for 200 years. That would require not just new evidence but new physics. So, what did they actually scan? If there's no city under the pyramids, what's showing up on radar? Good question. Because this is where it gets technical and where the conspiracy starts to unravel. Let's look at how ground-penetrating radar and synthetic aperture radar actually work and why they're so often misused in viral archaeology claims. The radar used in this case was long-range SAR, not GPR, which archaeologists use directly on site. SAR scans were performed from drones or satellites hundreds of feet above the surface. That radar data does not create detailed 3D images of what's underground. Instead, it builds abstract maps of electromagnetic reflections, basically heat maps showing how energy bounces off different materials. That's it, not blueprints. The researchers interpreted minor changes in material density, layered sediment signatures, topographic echoes, as signs of artificial construction. But here's the thing, that same noise can come from natural limestone faults, groundwater pockets, or layered sand beds. In other words, the staircases and chambers could just be rocks. This isn't new. Radar misreads have caused wild headlines before. In 2015, claims surfaced of a secret room behind King Tut's tomb based on GPR. Excavations later showed nothing was there. It was just variations in plaster thickness. In 2020, another GPR scan in Saqqara found lost chambers, also proven false. Without excavation, radar is not proof. It's a clue, a maybe, a hey, you should dig here sign. But alone, it's never confirmation. So, why does this keep happening? Because conspiracy culture doesn't require proof, it just needs a headline. The hidden city myth around Giza isn't new. It goes back decades with roots in fringe Egyptology, occult mysticism, and even 1800s Masonic lore. Every few years, someone rediscovers it using whatever the latest tech buzzword is: LiDAR, radar, muon imaging, vibration mapping, magnetic resonance. Whatever sounds sci-fi enough to make people stop scrolling. And when credible Egyptologists push back, they get accused of hiding the truth. Because that's how these myths survive, by feeding distrust in academic fields. Here's the truth: the Giza Plateau has been studied, excavated, mapped, photographed, and radar scanned for over 200 years. We've found real tunnels, real tombs, real chambers. They are impressive, mysterious, and absolutely human. But the idea that there's a massive, untouched alien city 600 meters underground, undetectable by all previous tools and missed by every archaeologist who's ever worked there, that's not archaeology. That's fan fiction with a satellite map. But this isn't just one viral story. It's part of a pattern how science gets twisted into clickbait. In Part 3, we'll break down the psychology of why these myths spread and how to tell real archaeology from nonsense. Ready to wreck the final layer of the myth? Let's go! Why do people keep believing in cities under the pyramids even after they're debunked? Because at the end of the day, facts don't go viral, mystery does. Let's talk about why these myths survive even when the evidence is paper thin. First, conspiracies are comfort food. They tell us the world is more exciting, more mysterious, and sometimes more meaningful than it really is. Believing there's a secret city under Giza makes you feel like you know something no one else does. Like you've cracked the code. That's a dopamine hit. And once your brain's addicted to that hidden knowledge feeling, facts feel boring in comparison. Second, the visuals are clickbait gold. Articles about the Giza scan didn't show raw radar data, they showed AI mock-ups, speculative illustrations, or doctored cross-sections. They looked like blueprints from a Stargate episode. But none of it was actual excavation data. It was speculative art based on invisible signals, and people didn't care. Third, experts are lying is easier than I was wrong. When trained archaeologists who've dug Giza layer by layer for 200 years say this doesn't exist, conspiracy fans don't revise their beliefs. They just move the goalpost. Of course they're denying it. The truth threatens their career. The government's hiding it. They're in on it. It's the perfect logic trap. Any refutation becomes proof you're over the target. So how do you fight that? With critical thinking. When someone claims there's a hidden city under the pyramids, ask who discovered it. Are they actual archaeologists or self-published enthusiasts? Where is the peer review? Has any of it been confirmed by field work? What are they really showing you? Raw data? Or flashy renders and dramatic music? And most importantly, what would real proof actually look like? Photos, layers, samples, tools, bones. Something tangible, because radar scans by themselves are just noise until the shovel hits stone. Here's the reality check: the pyramids of Giza are already incredible. Built over 4,000 years ago, with millions of stones placed by hand, perfectly aligned to cardinal points. With underground chambers we can still walk through today. You don't need aliens or lost cities to make that impressive. You just need real history. So next time someone tells you they found a forgotten city under the Sphinx, ask for the excavation photos. And if they can't show any, welcome to archaeology, not imagination. Comment your favorite history myth below. Let's bust the next one.